and you can't understand it. Why do we have brain? For the most important thing in life, believing in God, you can't use your brain? Is it reasonable?
And it shall be at the end of the days that the mountain of the Lord's house shall be firmly established at the top of the mountains, and it shall be raised above the hills, and all the nations shall stream to it. And many people shall go, and they shall say, Come, let us go up to the Lord's mount, to the house of the God of Jacob, and let him teach us of his ways, and we will go in his paths. For out of Zion shall the Torah come forth, and the word of the Lord from Jerusalem.
Hi, and welcome to another. I want to surprise you for a moment. Faith is not something against the brain. It's not something against logic. It's working together. In the Hebrew tradition, it is impossible to speak about things that are not reasonable. The word faith is being mentioned the first time in the book of Exodus. And the full meaning of the word faith is something stable, something realistic, the most truth thing that you can find. And it's being said with Moses that picked up his hands. The Israeli people were against Amalek. And let me explain for a moment what is faith, the real understanding of the word faith. If I will ask myself for a moment, my grandparents, two of them who came from Lithuania, ran away from Lithuania after the First World War, what kept them and their parents under the optimistic thought that they will return back to their homeland? It is because it's written down in the prophets of Isaiah, who took it also from Deuteronomy, that God is promising the Hebrew nation that they will return back to the homeland. So for 2,000 years, the Hebrew people believed in real faith that the words of God are true, are stronger even than any other words that will become to reality. This is faith. The question about is God exist or not exist, how to define God, all of these other things that people are speaking and saying, this is faith, and you can't understand it. And it's a mysterious thing, and it's something that you can't realize and recognize with your mind. Those are not the words of faith in the Hebrew. When Isaiah sees God sitting on a chair, and God doesn't have any body thing, he is speaking about a situation where he spoke with God. He felt him. The Hebrew nation is speaking with God since Mount Sinai as a full nation, and before that also as prophets. Our forefathers, patriarchs, Moses, others, God. They had relation with God. They had connection with God. They have no question if God is exist or not exist. And we need to realize faith is not a question if God is exist or not. Faith is the strong truth that the words of God will become to reality. We need to help him. We need to help this to become a reality in this world. But this is faith. And faith cannot be against the brain. And you know why faith can't be against any reasonable and thoughtful things? Because the Hebrew nation really believes in unity, the unity of God, but also the unity of the world. And when God created this world, he also created the brain. Wow, amazing. So you can't say that to believe in God is a mysterious thing that you can't understand logically. This is a misunderstanding of everything. So use your brain, use it in the right way, try to find the right things, but nothing in the Bible, in the faith of the Hebrew nation, is against, I will say, the science, or is against the brain and the things that the brain is bringing, a truth science. I'm not speaking about assumptions of the science. This is a different issue, we need to discuss it. once another time. So I'm inviting you to come to join us and to live the mysterious to Harry Potter and to other books like that with a lot of imagination. Come to the truth, to the full truth. This is what we call faith, a true thing that will lead you to a better life. Blessings from Jerusalem. Bye.